a decrease in the use of fossil fuels. I think there's a possibility to use more electric generation.
Okay, over what period of time? 10 years, 50 years, 100 years?
That's not, I would like to see it come as fast as possible while continuing.
How fast?
Sorry?
How fast?
I don't have a.
You don't know?
Senator Kennedy.
Thank you. Thank you,
course.
Mr. Chairman and Mr. Vice Chairman. Mr. Schumacher, welcome. You were, who invited you here today?
I came with Protect Our Winters.
Right. But you're here on behalf of the Democrats or the Republicans?
I'm here on behalf of the outdoor enthusiasts around America.
Okay. You were contacted by Senator Whitehouse's staff?
I personally came with Protect Our Winters, so I don't know how that went
Okay.
exactly.
What is carbon dioxide?
I went to high school, but that's carbon dioxide is a gas.
Okay.
I'm not a professional to talk about carbon dioxide so much, but
Well, you want us to abolish it, right?
no, there's always going to be carbon dioxide.
Right. So what is it you want us to do?
I
Let me back up, because I want to, I mean, you're here as an expert. Tell me more about what carbon dioxide is.
I'm here as an expert cross-country skier who sees the changes in my winters and the landscape that I live in Alaska. And so carbon dioxide is what I see it as is, it's a gas that exists in our atmosphere. And
What, is it the major part of our atmosphere? Or?
it's a huge part of our atmosphere, yes.
It's actually a very small part of our atmosphere.
Well, okay. But, yeah, I don't know. What are you asking specifically?
Well, you said we need to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. I'd like to know first if you know what it is. You want us to abolish fossil fuels?
I never said that.
You never have said that?
No.
Okay. What do you think we ought to do with fossil fuels?
What will we do with fossil fuels?
Yeah. Should we make any changes?
I would like to see a decrease in the use of fossil fuels. I think there's a possibility to use more electric generation.
Okay. Over what period of time? 10 years, 50 years, 100 years?
That's not, I would like to see it come as fast as possible while continuing.
How fast?
Sorry?
How fast?
I don't have a
You
great
don't
answer
know?
for that, no.
Okay. You just think, well, how much will it cost for us to become carbon neutral in the United States by 2050?
I'm not a professional on that. I don't have an answer.
You don't have any idea?
No.
You just think we ought to spend the money?
I'm not an economist.
Yeah, but it's going to cost money. You realize that?
Yeah, but we've also talked about the trade-off of what the cost of climate change as emergencies will cost in the future also. So
Right. But it's going to cost trillions of dollars to become carbon neutral by 2050, right?
I do not know.
You don't know. You just think we ought to do it.
I don't have a great answer for you, but I think
Okay.
I would like
If
to
we
see fewer carbon
if we spent those trillions of dollars and became carbon neutral by 2050 in the United States, which you advocate, how much will it reduce world temperatures?
I don't have an answer for that.
You don't know?
No.
You just think we ought to spend the money and then see what happens?
I think as an athlete, I think if we spend that money and invest in our future, hopefully those temperatures stop rising and maybe the snow at least stabilizes where it is for me. But yeah, I don't think anyone knows for sure. I don't know anyway.
Well, when my colleagues invite witnesses to come to us to tell us, advise us on passing legislation, I always check out the background of our witnesses because I like to know who I'm talking to. I checked yours out, Mr. Schumacher, and I want to be sure I understand it as I evaluate your testimony. On June 8, 2020, you tweeted, I'm going to quote, "The war on drugs was intentionally created to incarcerate black people en masse," end quote. The war on drugs, you said, was intentionally created to incarcerate black people en masse. Who intentionally created the war on drugs to put black people in jail? Who were you talking about?
I don't remember typing that.
You don't?
No.
It's on your Twitter feed.
Maybe a retweet. I don't know. I haven't used that in a while.
Well,
Also,
even
it
if
doesn't
it's a
seem like
retweet, it shows your support.
What started as a Senate hearing on climate policy quickly turned into one of the day's most uncomfortable exchanges. Senator John Kennedy questioned Olympic cross-country skier Gus Schumacher, expecting straightforward answers about climate change and carbon emissions. Instead, the discussion took a dramatic turn as Kennedy pressed the witness on basic policy questions, and later confronted him with old social media posts the athlete appeared unwilling to defend. Kennedy began by asking Schumacher who invited him to testify and what qualified him to speak before the committee. The Olympic skier explained he was there to represent outdoor enthusiasts and share what he had witnessed as climate change affected winter sports in Alaska. The senator then shifted to carbon dioxide, asking Schumacher to explain exactly what it is and why emissions should be reduced. While Schumacher described it as a gas in the atmosphere, he acknowledged he wasn't a scientist and repeatedly said he wasn't the right person to answer technical questions. Kennedy continued by asking whether fossil fuels should be phased out, how quickly that transition should happen, and what it would cost for America to become carbon neutral. Schumacher said he would like to see less reliance on fossil fuels but admitted he couldn't estimate a timeline, the cost, or how much global temperatures would actually change if the United States met its climate goals. Those responses allowed Kennedy to argue that major policy proposals require concrete answers before lawmakers commit to spending trillions of dollars. The hearing then took an unexpected turn. Before we continue, if you enjoy highlights from major Senate hearings and political debates, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest coverage.
Right?
Maybe, yeah. But it's not the topic of this conversation.
Right, right. But it has to do with, you're here giving us advice, and I just kind of like to know a little bit more about your point of view.
I'm here as an athlete giving you my story and what I've seen in my field.
On August 27th of 2020, you tweeted this, quote, I'm going to quote, "Police are paid with taxpayer dollars. If they are not answerable to us, we can demand new service, and that's what this is. Abolish the police in favor of that new service," end quote. You think we ought to abolish the police, do you?
Again, not the topic I'm here to talk about today.
I know, but you tweeted it. Do you think we ought to abolish the police?
That's not what I'm here to talk about.
Should we do that before or after we get rid of fossil fuels?
I'm not going to address that.
You don't want to address it? Okay. Let me ask you about one more of your tweets. On August 26, 2020, you tweeted, there's a picture, I'm not going to describe the picture, but you said, quote, your words, not mine, it's on your Twitter feed, quote, "This is what systemic racism looks like. The Los Angeles Police Department is literally policing only the Black Lives Matter side," end quote. What do you mean by that?
This is still off topic.
No, it's not. You're here as an expert telling us, advising us, and I'm asking you about your background.
I'm here as an athlete to talk about the effects of climate change on my sport.
Okay, let's go back. Well, I'm almost out of time.
Senator, you're well out of time, and we have other senators waiting, so please
Okay.
wrap up.
Kennedy pulled up several of Schumacher's old social media posts, including statements supporting abolishing the police and comments about systemic racism. Rather than discuss those posts, Schumacher repeatedly replied that they weren't relevant to why he had been invited to testify and tried to steer the conversation back to climate change. Kennedy wasn't satisfied. He argued that when someone appears before Congress to influence public policy, lawmakers have every right to understand that person's background and publicly expressed views. Schumacher maintained that he was there only to share his experience as an Olympic athlete witnessing changes in winter conditions, refusing to engage with questions about his previous political statements. As time expired, the chairman ended the exchange, leaving one of the hearing's most tense moments unresolved. The hearing showcased two very different perspectives. Senator Kennedy focused on demanding specific answers about climate policy and examining the witness's public record, while Olympic skier Gus Schumacher remained focused on sharing his personal experience and declined to answer questions he viewed as unrelated to his testimony. What do you think? Should congressional witnesses be expected to answer questions about their past public statements, or should they be allowed to stay focused only on the topic they were invited to discuss? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.